Hello everyone. Today we are going to see about the life cycle of Nephrolepis. A Nephrolepis, it's a pteridophyte. It's a free sporing plant. In the pteridophytes, in the life cycle, we have an alternation of generation. That means a gametophyte and sporophyte. Two phases are there, which the two phases are independent at its maturity. The pictures are the Nephrolepis plants pictures, and the right side is the parts of the pictures. Let's see, take the fern plant for the life cycle of Nephrolepis. The fern plant is a spore-bearing generation or a sporophyte. And the undersurface of the leaf, we can able to see the sore, which is the kidney-shaped dots are present at the under the surface of the leaf or leaflets. When we take the sections of the sore, we can able to see the collection of sporangia. The sporangia is located below the placenta. The cushion-like parenchymatous outgrowth is at the center, that is the placenta. I can show you this. The center, the placenta is present. Below that, the sporangias are present. We can see that near the sporangia, the spores are bursting. The sporangia is bursting and releasing the spores. That is the spores. Inducium acts as the cell wall or outer coat wall to protect those sporangian spores or anything. Sporangia. Sporangia remains protected by curved outgrowth leaf tissue. That I said that inducium. Leaf tissue or a cell wall acts as a cell wall. It is called as the inducium. Each sporangium has its two parts. The stalk is surrounded and swollen shaped. It consists like a swollen body. It is called as a capsule. The capsule is made of outer one cell wall, one layer of cells. It encloses and defines a large number of spore mother cells. The spore mother cells is usually 16. Sometimes it may be 12. Each and every spore mother cell undergoes a reduction division to produce tetras of spores, numbers of spores. Reduction division of each spore to the formation of spores. That is the we marked that stage known as the gametophytic generation. The capsule is covered by a row covering. It is called as majorly covered by annulus. After the spore formation, it is respond to a atmospheric or environmental which leads to the bursting of the stomium, bursting at the stomium, to the liberating of spores for its fertilization or the prothallus formations. Liberating the spores, it is carried out by the wind for the next process. Spores is a unicellular body. It has two coats, the outer thick coats, the thin inner coats. In time, outer coats will be a thick and inner coats will be a thin. Exine and inhyme are the two coats. The first picture shows the sporangia. The outer wall or outer production is known as the annulus, and the stomium is present. Where the stomium is going to burst, that portion will be going to burst to release the spores. The stalk is present beneath the stomium. The second picture shows that bursting of the capsule at the stomium and liberating of the spores. Exine will be burst and the intestine comes into a tube form. And again it comes under the cell division, give rise to the green flat heart-shaped the prothallus formation. It will be heart-shaped, green flapped thalloid body, anything may be. It's maybe a heart, green shaped or thalloid body. It's called as a prothallus. Prothallus bears a sex organ. It has a sex organ. So it represents a gametophyte of a generation. So it's called as a gametophyte. I can show you that prothallus Antheridium is presented towards the downwards. Beneath the antheridia, the rhizoids are present. Apical notch and oncogonium present at the above. Antheridium or antheridia, which represents the male gametes. Oncogonium, which represents the female gametes. Antheridium, there's a good number of spermatoid mother cells. Each spermatozoid mother cells which produce a spermatozoid or anthrozoid, which is a male gamete. Oncogonium will be like a swollen or portion, venter or short, slightly curved neck. Venter contains a female gamete. Female gamete means which may be egg or an ovum. And the ventral canal cell, and it's also called a ventral canal. The neck contains binucleate neck canal cells. At the maturity stage of oncogonium, the cells expecting that eggs will disorganize and opening for the tip. Thus, the egg will be for the formation or a fertilization process. This is the pictures of antheridium or oncogonium of a fern. On the center we have the sperm structures. Beside oncogonium mucilage, oncogonium secretes some chemical which contains malic acid and salt of malic acid, which will attract the sperms to the fertilization process. After attraction of a sperm, it moves towards the fertilization of the egg. Thus, the formation is called oospore. It secretes a wall around itself. By repeating the cell division, the oospores will give a multicellular embryo which develops into a multiform plant, thus completing its life cycles. And it gives every time it's fertilizing and produces multicellular embryos. The embryos to produce the new fern plant. This is the life cycle. This is the life cycle diagrammatic. Let's see here. Fern plant to produce sporophyll. From the sporophyll, we know that under the leaf we can able to see the sorus. In this sorus, the inner part, the sporangium is present. Sporangium is to produce the spore mother cells. Under the reduction division, spore mother cell to produce spores. From the spores, it forms cell division to form a prothallus. Prothallus, which is the sex organ, we already seen before. The prothallus is a gametophytic generation. Antheridium, it's produced two types, antheridium, oncogonium. Antheridium represents the male gametes and oncogonium represents the female gametes. Antheridium to produce spores and oncogonium to produce eggs. Spores enter into the earth and its fertilization process to form, and then the oospore formation, later the embryo formation. After the certain embryo formation, we can able to plant a new fern plant. This is also a plant diagrammatic representation. It is a diploid and haploid life cycle. That is the thing here noted, extraordinary noted. The same thing will happen here also. And that's all about the life cycle of Nephrolepis. Thank you.